So, folks, we have a special guest joining us today in the virtual studio, Chris Hunt. He's a mental performance psychologist and he was a former Royal Marines Commando. And as we prepare to delve into our conversation on the topic at hand, inner game mastery, impacting your mental game, here is an exciting twist. Let us tickle Chris's brain first. So, Chris, get ready for a rapid fire round of random words. I'll mention a few and I would love to hear the first thing that comes to your mind in response without thinking much. Are you ready for
Love
it?
this. Love this. I'm ready.
All right, so here comes my first word. Curiosity.
Excitement.
Invention.
Holidays.
Future.
Oh, amazing.
Book.
Learning.
Movie.
Oh, wow. You got me with this one. Hey, Rocky 4. Love it.
Next is food.
Food.
Yeah.
Hey, steak and chips. I'm an easy, simple guy.
Next is universe.
Oh, universe. Oh, huge.
Next is leadership.
Leadership. Wow. Captain.
Role model.
Role model. Hey, me to my kids.
Awesome. And the last one is success.
Success. In here, in your heart. Heart success.
Amazing. That's so energetic first rapid fire round and thank you for participating so sportively. There is one more rapid fire waiting at the end of the episode, so stay tuned. And folks, welcome to the Guiding Voice podcast series where we embark on transformative conversations for a better future. I'm your host Naveen Samala, dedicated to making the world a better place through valuable discussions that add value not only to your life but also to your career. Thank you so much for tuning in. And Chris, I'm sure this is going to be an electrifying conversation. Hearty welcome to the Guiding Voice. How are you today?
Hey, I'm absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for having me. I've been looking forward to this. Brilliant.
And thank you so much for being part of our journey in shaping the lives and careers of millions across the globe. And let's get the ball rolling. Let's begin with your success mantra, Chris. So please share with us the top 3 things that have contributed to your success so far.
100%. Hey, I could talk about this for hours, Naveen, if I'm honest. But if I've got to dial it down to 3, number 1 is staying aligned. Yeah, aligning with my values and my principles. And making sure that each day that I live in alignment, that I live in line with those values and those principles. Number 2, hard work, but also smart work. I'm all for working hard, but I'm for working smart as well at the same time. All right, so living in alignment, working hard, and to be honest, having fun, right? Like being involved in projects, videos such as this one with you tonight, looking forward to it, sharing energy, sharing a vibe. Yeah, having fun. So, yeah, the top 3, living in alignment definitely is right up there. Hard work and having fun.
Yeah. And then the last one is the most overlooked one. Like people get carried away with work and all other stuff, living busy lives without having fun. And thank you for bringing that. I really appreciate it. It's so nice.
Hey, it's what it's about, if I'm honest. Like I said, I love my job and like I'm sure you do, Naveen. I love my work. I love my weekends with my family and my friends, but I do love work. But it should be fun. It should be something that you look forward to. It should be something that puts a smile on your face. And when you wake up in the morning, you look forward to getting into the workplace and working your magic. It should be fun.
Couldn't agree more. And let's move forward. So, Chris, share a bit more about your journey from being a Royal Marines Commando to becoming a mental performance psychologist. How did your military experience shape your approach to mental performance?
Yeah, that's a great question, and you pronounced it perfectly, the Royal Marines Commando. Some people say Royal Marine Commando. It's a Royal Marines Commando, so well done there. Bravo.
Thank you.
So I spent 7 years in the Royal Marines Commandos from 2006 to 2013. I was in Afghanistan twice, 6.5 months at the end of 2009, 2010, and 6.5 months in 2011. I absolutely loved it. Tough with family, tough with small children. And that was kind of the reason that I left in the end. We've now got 4 beautiful daughters. My beautiful wife, Emma, had 2 children at the time. I came out of the Royal Marines. I wanted a little bit more flexibility. I loved the Marines, but I wanted to go into a job as well where I had a bit more autonomy on my routine and my lifestyle and weekends and the week routine. So I went into personal training and absolutely loved that. It was a lot of beast mode, a lot of reps, a lot of sets, a lot of getting people sweaty. But what I found, Naveen, was in that time, yes, I loved all of that. Like, you know, you can take the boy out of the Marines, but you can't take the Marines out of the boy, right? And I love all that. But what I really found quite quickly was that everything with the mind was what really got me excited. So when I was talking with clients, yeah, I loved the strength, the power, the fitness, the agility, but it was actually the impact that making a change and getting excited about the future, really what that has with the mind. So I started getting into mind, body, life coaching and kind of focused a bit more on the mind. Studied NLP, CBT, neuro-linguistic programming, cognitive behavioral therapy, and got a real taste for it. So I then got my postgraduate in psychology. I got that a couple of years ago and became a mental performance psychologist. And yeah, that's my journey. So now it's quite funny, Naveen, if I'm honest. What started as it was working on the body and an aspect of that was the mind. Now what I've done is I've flipped it. And I work with my clients and their minds. And a part of that is working with their bodies. So I've flipped the script. And yeah, it's been an exciting journey, one that's not over yet. And I'm sure there's going to be lots more pivoting and twists and turns, but a very exciting one for sure.
Superb. And your excitement is really visible through your words and through your energy. I think you're going to rock. And
brilliant.
And here comes my next one. As a mental performance psychologist, you mentioned using tools and methods to impact the mental game. And can you highlight a specific tool or technique that you find particularly effective in enhancing mental performance?
Yeah, I love that. Again, it's a fantastic question. Now, within the therapy size toolkit, there's over 150 tools, right? So a bit like a tradesperson that would go to a home or an office to, let's say, sort out some plumbing or some electrics or a kitchen or a bathroom, you wouldn't just turn up with one tool. So there's the right tool for the right person. Now, all the tools that I like to work with have some impact on how someone thinks or how someone feels or someone behaves. Now, again, I could ever about all these amazing tools, right? And to be honest, I want to get these tools out into the world because the impact that they have. But if there was one that stands out for me, I mean, it would be, I call it map balls. MAPBALLS. And basically what map balls is it's a mental imagery tool.
Okay.
And it's about reprogramming your mind. The brain, there is a difference, but the brain finds it quite hard to differentiate between reality and imagination. Something that actually happens in front of you, like looking at this cup and actually closing your eyes and imagining that cup's there. The same areas light up to some degree. And what you can do with map balls, Naveen, is literally when you do it, reprogram the mind. So let's say you wanted to become more confident. You would use mental imagery to drop into your mind, into your memory, lots of experiences of being more confident. Let's say it's about being resilient. You would drop in memories of being resilient. And without going on for too long, the M stands for mobility. So you would do a little bit of movement at the beginning. You're trying to get your heart rate up a little bit. The A stands for an alignment sentence, an alignment statement. So something which you wholeheartedly believe in, such as, my name is Chris and I'm on a podcast with Naveen. I'll repeat it over and over again. I'm trying to get agreeable. The P stands for a power pose. You would enter a power pose to feel strong, to feel confident. The B, you would then do some deep breathing. Because if you want to control your performance, first you've got to control yourself, right? After that is then A, which is affirmations. The first L is to look back. So you look back to a memory or an event that fills you with an emotion that you're trying to cultivate. Then there's the second L, which is you look forward to something coming up, and then you have a success statement, a finishing phrase or a quote or a word or a mantra that just basically says, here I am, life, let's go for it. And when you utilize this tool, not just weekly or monthly, but every single day, just like brushing your teeth, because it's important, Naveen, right? Yeah, it's pretty important to brush your teeth every day. Using such as mat balls, we've got to do that every single day as well. Because if we get this one of these, we get one of these that's between our ears. We've got to look after it. We've got to make sure it's working as well as it can do to align us with our goals. And yeah, it's a great tool. And I could talk all day about it, obviously.
Superb. Very well explained, and I loved it. Now let's move to the next one. So can you share a memorable or challenging experience from your time in the Royal Marines that taught you valuable lessons about mental resilience and performance?
Yeah. Again, I could talk about events that happened when I was on operations in Afghanistan, which at times were tough, clearly. You know, when you are unfortunately losing lives and when you've got a lot of stuff going on, that you have to stay strong together to focus on the job at hand. But if I'm honest, I'd like to share a story from training. And I remember when we were in Marines training, and there was the troop size started at something like 80 young lads, and it finished on like 20. So we lost 60 lads throughout the process. And something that you learn, and what I learned during Marines training, and it's something that I've always known, but sometimes you need those moments to reinforce it, Naveen, is never judge a book by its cover. And what I mean by that is we do yomps up and down these huge mountains and tours. And you would see small lads, maybe not very tall, maybe not that muscular, not the strongest. They were strong in there. And they would be helping the bigger lads almost getting up these mountains in these tours. And I think something that I learned quite often in Marines training is you need people around you, right? And you need to have a group of people that are aligned with you, because the fact of the matter is life is life. Yeah. And life is like a roller coaster. So if you can get a couple or 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 people that have these aligned values and aligned desires, that energy is like a multiplier. It's what's known as, you point out, for compound interest, right? So each person, it magnifies it, and 1 and 1 doesn't necessarily equal 2, it equals 3. And I'd say that's probably one of my lessons in the Marines, is that when you have the right reason why, and you have a system, and you have the right people around you, anything is possible. And if we can encourage that to youngsters around the world, kids, young adults, young entrepreneurs, young athletes, that if you get those foundations right, and you focus with discipline and consistency and effort, and you enjoy the process, even when it's hard, you can have an absolutely amazing life and make a massive difference to people's lives. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So it will be a force multiplier, and moreover, these skills will be transferable, right?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. And I don't know about you, but when I'm really disciplined with my health and fitness, I'm disciplined with my work. When I'm disciplined with my work, I'm disciplined with my health and fitness. So all these traits, these ways of living, they transfer across the arenas that we live in, right? Yeah. So you make a change there, you can see a benefit there.
Fabulous. I loved it. And Chris, without revealing any confidential details or names, can you share a success story from one of your clients who mastered their inner game and achieved significant improvements in their life or profession?
Yeah, again, like I've worked with so many people, Naveen, that have achieved really massive results, right? But to be honest, it's sometimes the people that have come to see me and they just want to be a little bit happier, right? And they'll go, look, life at the moment isn't working for me. And they're trying to, I had one client a couple of years ago, and he was trying to do all these top level tactics, you know, like real advanced tactics, which, by the way, I'm all for. I'm all for the level 10 tactics. But what he was forgetting was sometimes you got to do the stuff first, you know? So yes, you've got these amazing morning routines and advanced breathing techniques, but unless you're getting a good night's sleep, unless you go to bed clear in your mind, unless you wake up and have a little routine to go through, it's not that stuff's irrelevant. but you don't get the full benefit of that level 10 work unless you get the foundation. So yeah, I've had many clients over the last few years, but one in particular that he just wanted to be happy.
Yeah.
And he wanted to enjoy the time when he was with his family. And he had some guilt that was going on that he should be working when he's with his family, and when he's with his family, he should be working. And what we got him to understand is the classic Jim Rohn quote of when you're in the office, you're in the office.
Yeah.
But when you're at the beach, you're at the beach. And so we put these kind of patterns in where he was able to, when he was in the office, close it off, get home. When he gets home, he enjoys his time at home. When he finishes home, he goes back to work, and he operates in these two arenas. And it works so much for him, Naveen, because he's happier. And funny old thing, what do you think happened? His relationships improved. His relationship with his wife improved. His relationship with his kids improved. His relationship with his body improved. He was able to say no more often, but say yes to the things that really, really matter. So it sounds quite simplistic, the goal of just wanting to be happy. And I could give some real advanced results that I've had. But for me, sometimes those ones that evolve around happiness are so important.
Amazing. And Chris, what are some common mindset shifts or changes that individuals can make to experience increased happiness, health, and hunger for success in their lives?
Yeah. Again, there's so many things to do. Again, I could talk for hours on principles of being high hope, principles of success, principles of focus, happiness, optimism. What I would say is, first of all, whatever you decide to do, it needs work.
Yeah.
All right. If you want to be happier, you've got to put work. You've got to be giving your life and your body and your mind a service every now and again. You know, a bit audit. It needs a look under the hood, shall we say? Yeah, you need to flip the lid and see what's going on under there. So you need to look into why you want to change an aspect of your life. It also needs you to play around with it. Some things don't work. Okay, some things you may give a go, and for whatever reason, it might have worked for 5 of your friends. It may have 1 million people on YouTube, but for whatever reason, it may not work for you. That's okay. Put it down. What I would say is to get real when it comes to get real lasting result, you need to be talking about it regularly. You need to be thinking about it. You need to be reading about it, learning about it, watching clips about it, listening to podcasts about it. And it's something that I like to call no zero days. And I alluded to it earlier with brushing your teeth.
Yeah.
We brush our teeth every day, right?
Yeah.
And I'm hoping you get washed every day, Naveen.
Yeah.
Yeah? You wash every day?
Yes.
Yeah? You change your clothes?
Yes.
Yeah? You go to sleep?
Yes.
You eat?
Yes.
You drink water?
Yes.
Why do we do those things every day? Why do we do those things every day?
They've become our habits. And to keep living.
Because they're essential to our quality of life.
Yeah.
They're essential to our quality of life. And so something, if you want a little gem from this session today, if you really want to take it to the next level with your mind and the mental game in the 0 days approach, do something every single day, even if it's just a minute, even if it's just holding a power pose in the mirror for 1 minute every day, even if it's when you go to bed, 3 things from that day feel proud, that make you feel great, that make you feel pleased to be around. Right? If you do these things, do them every single day, I promise you life will never be the same again. And when you start adopting this no 0 days lifestyle, yourself and the people that you care about, because people a little bit of that. People see the shift, they see the change, and they go, wow, I'm going to give that a go as well. So yeah, look, one tip, adopt a no 0 days approach. Give it some every day.
Superb. And how do you guide individuals in finding a balance between pursuing success and maintaining happiness for the long term? And any specific strategies or principles you recommend?
Yeah, hey, it's always that problem, isn't it? Depending which way you look at it, where people think there has to be an and or you can't have success without happiness, you can't have happiness without success. And what I would say is, again, it comes down to that word alignment.
Yeah,
I know what makes me happy, and I know what success looks like to me. But my home environment and my family are incredibly important to me. So I regularly look at my pillars. Yeah. Pillars of success such as time with family, getting gym and moving, working hard, doing my mental tools, using the toolkit, seeing loved ones. And I make sure each week I'm reflective on those areas. Some weeks, the numbers shift, Naveen, right? There's different aspects of it. Like some weeks I put a bit more effort into my work. Some weeks I put a little bit more effort into my health and fitness. But what I do every week is that I'm reflective of things that are working for me, and I stay aligned with that. And it's important because, everyone has a different definition. I'm sure if we got 100 people right now to write down what does success look like and what does happiness look like, I bet we'd get maybe 100 different sentences, definitions, phrases. So what's important is, and my advice to anyone listening today, take a few minutes to raise some awareness about what success means to you. Yeah? Take some minutes to figure out what happiness means to you. And then after that awareness, that leaves you with some choices. And ask yourself, what choice am I willing to make to edge forward towards that goal of happiness and that goal of success? And then after the choices, you have the E, which spells the word ACE, which is execution. Take action. Don't just let that awareness and that decision filter off into the distance and into the abyss. You've got to then take action on it, because otherwise that does impact our self-esteem, our own confidence and our morale. So it's important to get the awareness, work on those choices, and then take action. Just remember the word ACE.
Got it. And this has been fabulous conversation with lots of excitement, and it's time for us to add some more spice. So Chris, get ready for the second rapid fire round, which has a series of intriguing rapid fire questions to spice up the episode further. If you're ready, let's dive in.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, here comes the first one. If you could have one gigantic billboard anywhere with anything on it, what would it say?
It's the start that stops most people. Don't let that be you.
Wow. And if you could switch lives with someone for a day, who would it be and why?
Oh, wow. That is intriguing. I think just because he is classed as the GOAT of GOATs, in his prime, Michael Jordan. I'm a football fan. I'm a boxing fan. But what Michael Jordan achieved in sport, and to be known as the GOAT of GOATs, I'd swap with Michael Jordan for a day. It'd be quite intriguing.
Oh, wow, good one. I loved it. And can you describe yourself in just one word?
Enthusiastic.
Enthusiastic. I would say hyper enthusiastic.
That's more than one word.
and what's a piece of advice you would give to your younger self?
Yeah, I'll say younger self. To my younger self, 100%. There's lots of bits of advice I would give, but if there was one piece, it would be to enjoy the moments that you may never get again. And I'll give you an example of that. There are certain things that you can recapture in life, right? There's certain things that can come round, but there's certain things that you never get a second opportunity. It may be your child's first Christmas, or it may be the first time you go on a plane. It may be, I don't know, going to watch a film in the most amazing cinema. It might be going to the best restaurant in town. So my advice to my younger self would be, enjoy every moment, because you never know when it's going to be your last.
Superb. And what's a skill or talent you have that most people don't know about?
Oh, wow. I tell you what, I put a lot of stuff on my social media that the world sees, such as my challenges, my fitness, my enthusiasm. But what I'd say is a talent that not everyone knows about is that I'm incredibly great at making people smile. And whether that's laughing at me or laughing with me, I love making people smile. And whether that could be my child, it could be someone at work, it could be a random person. I'm very, very good at making people smile. Sometimes they laugh at me, some people they laugh with me, but that's a unique skill.
Yeah, that's a great skill to have, actually. Yeah, good one. And here comes the last bullet. So what is one electronic gadget or a fantasy gadget that you'd like to see or invent yourself?
So a fantasy gadget that, if created, I would like to see.
Yeah.
Oh, 100% teleport. teleport to a different place or teleport to a different time. I think that would be scary. I don't know if I'd actually love it. I think there's some scary things that you could get with that. But just to be able to teleport Back to the Future style to anywhere at any time at the button, I think that would be quite cool. I don't know if I'd trust myself with it, but it would be quite cool.
Love it. And let's look back to the mainstream. And Chris, many individuals face mental blocks or barriers to success. So, what one piece of advice do you have for overcoming these obstacles and unlocking one's full potential?
Oh, okay. Again, loads of kind of answer I'll give you to this. If you really want to unlock your potential, this is my personal opinion and professional opinion, find what lights you up. Find out, fills you with energy. Find what makes your hairs and your arm stand on edge, gets a bit of excitement in your face. If you really want to unleash your potential, and I truly believe everyone has a gift to offer, and sometimes there's a lot of things getting in the way of our potential. But again, it's about creating some awareness about the things that fill you with warmth, with heat, with energy, that if you could do it right now that would involve no money, what would that be? And the scary thing is, Naveen, is that people sometimes think it's these big things, right? And sometimes it's the smallest little thing that you go, wow, that is such a simple thing that I could do, but it just needs that decision to do it. So if you really want to unlock your potential, first of all, get rid of some clutter, right? Because if there's all this baggage and all this clutter and all these things, too many things can distract us and they can take our attention. So clear some clutter, clear the way a little bit. And then find out, spend some time reading, consuming, learning, talking about different things, and look for that one thing that just gets you that little bit more excited than something else. Every single person on this planet has that thing. Everyone's at different stages of that growth and that curve. But if you give yourself a bit of time and you think what could be, life can be absolutely amazing. Incredible, in fact.
Awesome. Marvelous conversation, and I loved every bit of it. So before I let you go, please share with us, how is your experience being hosted on the Guiding Voice platform, our TGV podcast?
Brilliant. Thank you. I think you've been a great host. I've enjoyed seeing your infectious smile coming back at me, which has been great because it makes me want to smile even more. And I thought the questions were great. And if we can even impact just one person in a positive way with today's podcast, then do you know what? Job done. Hopefully many more though.
Exactly. That's the principle which I also strongly believe in. Like, as long as our episode, the time that we spend here is impacting one life at a time, I think the job is done.
Yeah, definitely. I couldn't agree more.
Amazing. And thank you so much for the awesome conversation. And I really appreciate you taking time for joining me and contributing to my mission of shaping the careers and lives of millions across the globe. Really appreciate it, Chris, and looking forward to many more conversations in future.
Thank you. Sending massive amounts of gratitude. Thank you.
All right. So friends, that was our episode with Chris Hunt. And before we jump into the fun trivia section, we have a quick request. If you haven't already subscribed to The Guiding Voice, please subscribe from wherever you have tuned in, because subscribing keeps you updated on new episodes. And also, if you have enjoyed the episode and found the conversation useful, please share with at least 3 of your friends or colleagues who would also like our podcast. So spread the knowledge and help others grow just like you. Today we had amazing conversation with the former Royal Marines Commando, and today's trivia is about Royal Marines Commando. And here are 3 lesser known facts for people who are really interested about what this Royal Marines Commando is all about. First one is about mountain leaders. Royal Marines Commandos have a specialized unit known as the mountain leaders. And these elite commandos undergo additional training to become experts in mountain and cold weather warfare. They are capable of operating in challenging terrains, including the Arctic, and play a crucial role in the Royal Marines' ability to conduct operations in diverse environments. Second is amphibious capabilities. The Royal Marines are renowned for their expertise in amphibious operations. While this is a well-known aspect of their capabilities, a lesser-known fact is that their proficiency in operating with the Royal Navy's Fleet Air Arm. Royal Marines undergo training in naval gunfire support, allowing them to coordinate with the naval forces for precision strikes in support of their amphibious missions. And third is about Commando Helicopter Force. The Royal Marines operate their own aviation unit called the Commando Helicopter Force, which stands for CHF, and it is a mix of Royal Navy and Royal Marines personnel who operate helicopters in support of amphibious operations. And these helicopters are vital for troop transport, reconnaissance, and providing close air support during commando raids and missions. So, these lesser known aspects highlight the diverse and specialized aspects and the specialized skills that Royal Marines Commandos possess, contributing to their effectiveness in a wide range of military operations. So, in case if you are aware of any other lesser known facts about Royal Marines Commando, or if you have any other interesting facts related to mastering your inner game, please have them come through in the form of YouTube comments, or you can also comment on social media platforms wherever you have found this podcast episode. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in and for being part of our awesome TGV community. Folks, we would love to hear from you. So do not hesitate to share your ideas, feedback, topic recommendations, and guest speaker suggestions either through our social media platforms, or you can also email us at theguidingvoiceforyou@gmail.com, and let's create content that resonates with you. I'm your host Naveen Samala, a lifelong learner, and my goal is to have impactful conversations that improve not only your life but also your career. And until next time, stay inspired, take care, and remember the future holds great things because the best is yet to come. Goodbye for now. See you on in the next episode with another amazing guest.
Thank you.
Thank you.